All righty. Welcome to the Quant 100 podcast. We are back at it again.
Yep.
Yes, sir. It's been a week since our last one, so I'm excited for this one. This time, I'm going to be talking straight through the mic, so hopefully you guys can hear me. Okay.
No worries. We have to figure out the technical difficulties, but I think we're getting it down slowly but surely.
Exactly. But overall, I think there's a lot of exciting news this week. We're going to give you some business updates on our own end, on our startups and the real estate journey, and some things going on within the Quant community, right? So the most exciting thing I kind of want to explore and kind of go on first is going to be our first kind of American Quant meetup that me and Quinn hopefully will be a part of.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes,
Still got to figure out the logistics, but it is definitely exciting, and we're going to hopefully get this done very soon, all the planning for it.
So there's this big event going on down in San Diego around May 21st to May 23rd. It's going to be TechCon. And TechCon, also a branch of that's happening, a big event that's happening within TechCon is going to be the Startup World Cup for San Diego, which is very exciting. And there's going to be a lot of networking opportunities, entrepreneurs there, which also means we can make a lot of content for Quant, right? Imagine all the interviews we can make, going up to everybody, all the entrepreneurs and founders there, and seeing, what they're building, what's their story, and those connections can go a long ways. That's money these days. I'm not gonna lie, is the network you have. The larger your network, the more valuable your network, the farther you're gonna go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, this is the perfect place. When you think about Quant, this is everything you envision. Hey, there's going to be entrepreneurs, startup people. There's going to be a startup competition. There's going to be so many entrepreneurs there. It's not even going to be funny. It's networking. It's everything we could ever imagine for our channel. So hopefully we could go out there, bring some good content to y'all, show you a little bit about what this life is about, and kind of give you guys the inside scoop of what's going on.
Yeah, and then we're gonna be vlogging the whole thing, so you're gonna come along with us. We're gonna be posting it on probably Instagram and TikTok, kind of showing you the kind of whole event and everything and our living situation there. It's gonna be either we find a really cheap room where we stay all in one area, like nothing we're not used to. We've done that before, or we find some connects down there and crash at their place. So either one works out, to be honest.
Exactly. You got to remember, we're broke entrepreneurs out here. That's a whole thing behind the 100 experiment. We're broke entrepreneurs, and you guys are going to see it firsthand how broke we actually are.
I think one thing I was kind of sad to kind of realize about Arizona when I was looking for a lot of pitch competitions or even entrepreneurial events, there are entrepreneurial events out here,
of course,
that I think we both should go to eventually once we schedule it out and everything. But there isn't a ton compared to like places like California and Texas. I mean, that's obvious, right?
Of course.
But the good thing about Arizona, we're around all those states. All of them are a drive away. Las Vegas is a drive away. And so it presents a really good opportunity for us to travel more.
Yeah, you know what? That's really surprising, though. I feel like, I don't know, Arizona, I feel like is a place, or we're the third biggest metropolitan city in the US, I think, at this point. And yeah, our population is like huge. We're absolutely huge. So it's really surprising that we don't have anything for startup entrepreneurs out here, because we have we have places like, we have universities like ASU, we have like GCU.
ASU doesn't have the greatest reputation when it comes to...
Doesn't have the greatest reputation, but it is one of the biggest colleges in the country.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It's very surprising, but yes, it's good that you have hubs like you have California right next to you. You have Texas out like maybe 10 or 12 hours away. So it's not too bad. You won't be too far out from any of those, but it is just surprising.
Number one innovation, though.
Yeah, exactly. We'll take it. We'll absolutely take it.
I think there are small pockets of entrepreneurs here and a lot of rich people, especially down in Scottsdale. But they're more low key. It's not a culture here at all.
Yes.
Compared to like San Diego, San Francisco, Austin, stuff like that. We don't really have a big culture of entrepreneurship and startups.
Yeah.
I don't know why, or maybe that's our opportunity.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, that sounds like a gap for us. That sounds absolutely like a gap for us in what we're doing.
Exactly.
So maybe it's time to bring that to Arizona.
I think a really good idea that you had in the beginning, when we were still in the beginning phases of doing real estate, was your entrepreneur meetup idea.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of where we got the startup idea of like even doing the 100 experiment.
Yeah, branch out of that.
Yeah, no. So I don't know.
Are you still planning on doing that?
Honestly, it's something to where with the 100, I think the opportunities have become beyond the scope of that
Mhm.
little project to where we could do so many more things, so many bigger things than that to where it's still absolutely what I think that's a great thing. We even teased doing an event,
Exactly.
an entrepreneurial event, and I think that is still absolutely in the cards. But with our new platform, we could do it 10 times bigger now.
Dude, imagine we make our own tech con in Arizona.
Yeah,
That'd
that
be
would be
crazy.
insane. That would be absolutely insane, man. We could we run our own startup, our pitch competitions, things like
Mhm.
that. Even a program accelerator programs out here. Because I mean,
Yeah.
Arizona, I feel like there's a lot of untapped potential
It's
out here.
so untapped because like, oh yeah, we make jokes all the time about number one innovation,
Yeah,
but it is number one innovation
it
because so
actually
many
is.
things are going on in Arizona. It's growing. It's one of the fastest growing states in technology wise in the country, right? And mainly because
Yeah.
the weather's so consistent, all the big tech companies are moving over
Oh,
here.
100%.
So I'm betting on like the future of Arizona being going to be like one of the biggest tech places in the world one day. Somebody got to capitalize on it before it
Oh,
happens. You know?
absolutely. I imagine not everyone's trying to work for these tech giants. They're trying to make their own tech giant. So
Yeah.
it's a very interesting landscape out here in Arizona. So we don't want to
Dang.
be just like the California rejects or whatever the heck. We
Yeah.
want to build it out here. So maybe
What was
that's
our
the next.
philosophy again? Remember we talked about this a long time ago where why would we compete in some of the most populated cities in the world where it's
Yeah.
like the competition's way too high when we can compete in Arizona, you
Yeah,
know?
no, seriously. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some people may be like, "Oh man, I want to compete with the best of the best." Don't get me wrong. I think that's a great strategy. Iron sharpens iron, but realistically, if we could find a niche, if we could find a niche in a big market as Arizona, oh my God, then you have so much untapped potential to where it's like once you figure out your niche here, you could bring it over into those markets. You could take over in those markets rather than having to compete with this, that, and the other. Every single last big giant, whether it's out in New York, whether it's out in California with all the tech going on, it's like there's so much already in Arizona that there's no point.
Yeah. Arizona is literally like a blank canvas. I like to explain it like that, where it's like
Yeah.
we're literally living in a desert with so much space, which also means so much opportunity, right?
Hmm.
And I guess I want to ask you this: where do you see Arizona being, like in detail, in the next
In
10 years?
detail, in the next 10
Yeah,
years, I mean, if we're already the third biggest like metropolitan city in the US, let's just say we already have big tech coming out here with for whatever whether it's data centers, whether it's manufacturers, whether it's because they even have TSMC, the chip manufacturer, they're already
that's the
building
big
their
one.
they
That's
are
a
coming
really
out
big
here
one.
as well. And it's just like it's really crazy because big tech is getting introduced to Arizona. So in 10 years, like we will already be the tech world is already booming as is. I can't imagine with the amount of expansion that we could still do in Arizona, and that's in terms of land and population. There's so much expansion, especially being in the real estate game, that you realize that like we really only have this pocket of like Phoenix,
Yeah.
nothing else. Everything outside of that non-existent pretty much. It's pretty
Mhm.
much just like little like old west hillbilly towns. It's like there's nothing much,
Yeah.
there's nothing much. You go to, of course there's like things like Tucson, but in 10 years the amount of expansion that it could bring, I feel like most people would want to move out to Arizona because the land is cheaper than out in California. Texas is great, it's huge, it's a hub of technology, but as you can kind of see like what's happening in Austin, at least in the real estate industry, it's like the oversaturation of people who were like it was I think it was around the beginning towards the middle of COVID, everyone ended up moving out to Austin, and now everyone's like how like the housing taxes out there or the property taxes and everything, they're slashing and killing the real estate market out there. So it's something to where in Arizona, yes, we've had our own like stability issues in the real estate market, but we are it's slowly subsiding to the point where we could reintroduce like the growth mindset of like growing Arizona to what it
Yeah.
is, because there's so much opportunity out here in
I
every single
100% agree.
industry.
I think Scottsdale is a really good example of it. They're doing a really good job, and I think when people go to Scottsdale, you'll realize how much money is there,
Yeah.
right? Not just like the infrastructure, but the people. There's
Yeah.
so much wealth everywhere in Scottsdale. It's absolutely crazy, and
Hmm.
I think that's an opportunity to tap into, right? Especially for the future of Arizona.
Yeah.
My biggest gripe with Arizona is like our capital is kind of whack. Phoenix. You've been
Well,
to
in
Phoenix,
what
right?
sense? Yes, in what
It's
sense?
I've worked down in Phoenix for a couple years because I used to work at this place called Harumi Restaurant, and I'm just like walking around sometimes, and it's so I don't know, it's so dead most of the time, and the only times when it is busy, it's when there's a big event going on, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of the biggest fault of not fault. It's not really you can't blame a state for it, right? But I
Yeah.
think Phoenix needs renovation. That's for
Yeah.
sure. Phoenix, we need something that kind of brings people here.
Yes, and that's like what I was like just thinking about. It's like what do these bigger cities have? Like the LAs of the world, even the San Franciscos, even like New York. What do these places have that creates this huge like want and need to be in these huge metropolitan cities? Because I promise you, property wise, taxes wise, you do not want to be in California if you're an entrepreneur trying to pay like with all the amounts of taxes that they place on you, and it's like with income taxes and everything, to where it's like what brings all these people, what brings the opportunities to these big cities that Arizona has not yet tapped into.
I think number one is jobs.
Yeah.
Jobs is the biggest thing. I think Arizona has kind of approached much more remote work. Like
Mm,
I've talked to a bunch of our friends who have graduated and has the 9 to 5 corporate career, and a
yeah.
lot of them is remote. We actually have a friend upstairs that's literally been working in his room for days. Like I never see
Yeah,
him going to the
seriously
office.
though.
That's a good
Yeah.
example where it's like half of the buildings in Phoenix are being unused.
Yeah, that's a
So
crazy
and with
thought.
this, with how hot it is outside, like why would people go outside in the first place, right? Why would
Yeah.
people want to walk around Phoenix?
Yeah.
I'm imagining a world where one day, we have drones flying around Phoenix or Arizona, and it cools down the weather. We'll
No,
see.
honestly,
So
no.
people can actually want to walk around, and I think at
Yes.
this point, you can't really get rid of the remote work. That's just the future.
Yeah.
So what Arizona, in my opinion, has to do is kind of innovate in the entertainment industry, right?
Yep.
We
I
do have the
agree.
NBA. We have a
Yeah,
football team, right?
we have a football.
Cardinals.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
the Arizona Cardinals. We have like a lot of entertainment going on, and we're starting to host events here. But I feel like there needs to be some really big shakeup
Yeah.
in that sense, to where like some kind of attraction to get people here. Like I don't know, it's crazy because we're so around so many like we keep talking about those hubs. Because Las Vegas is also 5 hours away from us.
Like all the fun activities is skipping us, basically.
Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
crazy.
It's skipping us over, and it's just kind of very interesting. But
Kind of like the rule of thumb if you live in Arizona, if you want to like have a fun time anywhere else, you usually want to travel out of the state to do that.
yeah,
Unless we have some really good hiking situations here,
yeah, you know what, we do
like
have good luck.
Sedona and stuff.
I will say, but that brings up a very interesting thing that at least I've thought of since like going into the real estate industry, is that idea that a lot of people that's the one huge commercial real estate aspect that no like a lot of people don't really talk about, is this idea that there's so many, well, it's probably not even just in Arizona, but there's so much unused land or previously used land, I guess, in a sense, because people that shift from normal 9 to 5 work, going to the office, that shift from that kind of lifestyle to remote work style, it actually put so many businesses under in COVID, that in Arizona you drive around all the time, and I talk about this with a lot of people. I'm like, you drive around all the time and you just see there's like districts and blocks of just empty warehouses, empty commercial units, empty like office buildings. And that's where I felt like the one of the biggest opportunities for a lot of entrepreneurs, at least, or a lot of people in the real estate industry in Arizona, would be, because you see like for a lot of people, there's this one mall in in Mesa. I know this is very very like broad, like very specific, but
Yeah.
it's like there's this one mall. It's called Fiesta Mall. Everyone used to like, I talked to anyone, they used to tell me stories about how they used to go to it. But all over Arizona, you're seeing like the destruction of, because they just recently in the last 3 years, I think, destroyed Fiesta Mall,
Really?
as well as many other malls, that it's becoming a very interesting landscape, because we're almost in the purgatory of seeing what happens to all these commercial areas and these commercial spots where there used to be like malls or office buildings. They're slowly starting to be destroyed and then bought up. The
Mm.
land is starting to be bought up, and it's just a matter of seeing what comes next.
What are they using it for?
No, and that's the thing. They're only just starting to tear these places down. They're only just starting to have this land being bought out. So I honestly don't know. It could be towards things like tech giants moving in, trying to nestle their way into the Arizona economy, or it could be for the entertainment, which I do see. I absolutely foresee coming to Arizona.
I think that's what we need here because actually, funny that you said that. I was literally just out eating with my parents and we went through the Asiana. You know the Asiana district where Gay Pod is and everything?
Yeah.
I remember there was like this big mall there. It's called International Asiana. And it's like, it was always busy when I was a kid growing up in Arizona. Now it's like completely dead because I think they closed it down for the past year. I didn't even know that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Kinda sad. But my parents were like, they're trying to build something else there that's like completely different. I was like, oh, really? So it's not even going to be a mall anymore. So I think like kind of seeing that, is that kind of like the usual pattern that's happening with all these commercial properties?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You drive around anywhere in Arizona, and that's the thing. Like you just see how much development there's so much potential, how much potential there is in Arizona, like economy in general, to where I could see us breaking through from that like third position to rivaling the top two, which I think is probably Los Angeles and then New York, if I'm not
How long do you
mistaken.
think it will take for us to reach
Yeah,
that level?
I think that's that 10-year horizon
cash
you were
flow.
talking about. I'm not gonna lie, I think that's a 10-year horizon you were talking about. I think in the 10 years from now, I could foresee Arizona, like potential, purely based off of potential, being like whether it's like income wise, whether it's population wise, I could see it becoming one of the biggest metropolitan cities in every aspect.
Okay. So I know our Quant audience knows you're a real estate agent.
Yes.
If I was someone who wants to move to Arizona, what would be a reason for me to move to Arizona? My family.
You know, that really depends. Like it depends on what kind of person you are. Like if you do have a family, if you have a family, I feel like that's something that's an important consideration, like moving from wherever you are. And there's so many considerations that come into play when you do talk about relocating to a different state. But then I would say one of the biggest things about Arizona in general is is the job market out here. I know so many people who have just graduated college who are absolutely stressing about finding jobs. And that's the thing. If you have a family, you need to have that financial income coming in every month. And Arizona has one of the biggest job markets in the country. As one of the biggest job markets in opportunities. Whether it doesn't even matter whether you're a blue collar worker, doesn't matter if you're white collar, if it doesn't matter if you're in finance, if you're in tech. The job market is so diverse here in Arizona that you can find job security is something that is very important for a lot of people when they're moving.
100%.
You get that immediately, absolutely immediately. And another thing is, if you're going to real estate specific terms, is Arizona is at a very interesting point in its market, in its standalone market, to where after COVID, there's a big oversaturation period within Arizona, but we're starting to die down. Whereas a lot of very, very big hubs of when you think about it, like places like Miami, places like Austin, like I was talking about before, places like California, even up in Seattle, like up in Washington, you see like the housing markets get very oversaturated still to this day. And they have recovered, but they really haven't in a lot of senses. Like the housing prices all over the country have only gone up since COVID, which is very, 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 it's a very, very scary thing for a lot of people because the mortgage rates have gone up as well as the housing prices. And a lot of places have not corrected in a sense. In Arizona, at least, I can't speak for any other state, but I have seen the correction firsthand, to where we have hit that ceiling in house prices, and we are correcting right now. We are in the correction phase right now. So
you think prices will just go down from here?
Prices will go down, or like it will start to stabilize. I think prices will start to stabilize soon. And the thing is, with like a lot of other states, you have to worry about like property taxes and whatnot. Arizona is one of the most favorable states for property taxes in the US. So it just depends. Like I said, everyone's situation is different, but there are a lot of perks to coming into the Arizona real estate market.
Okay.
But
who's the top realtor here in Arizona?
Who's a top realtor?
Someone we could probably have on the pod one of these days.
I honestly don't even know if I'm gonna be honest, and maybe that's not good for me. I think that's not a good thing. I don't think that's a good thing because I couldn't even tell you
Or your
who the top
mentor?
for my mentor. She does a great job. I think she's an amazing realtor, and her team, the team I'm a part of now, amazing team. They have done more than 200 million in gross what's it called sales. But yeah, no, they're an amazing team. I don't know if I don't think they're anywhere near the top like the upper 1% of everyone, but I think there are some great agents out there. I just have not had the opportunity to meet them yet, sadly.
Okay, okay, dang.
But there is absolutely, I guess that goes into a great topic, but like wish list, a guest wish list for this podcast. There's
Yes.
a lot of people who I would not mind personally, if we're talking about complete wish list, like going out there, there's so many people who do want to bring on. But I guess like on the top of my list, I don't know how you feel, but Alex Hormozy is one person that I absolutely love.
Oh
I
yeah,
know,
I
okay,
want Alex
we're
Hormozy so bad.
yes, no, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. If you're talking like completely out there, he is like he's top of top. He is every single entrepreneur like just starting out. That is a person that's constantly on your feed every
You
single
can't escape
reel.
him. In
You
like
really
the
can.
beginning phase of entrepreneurship, you cannot escape him. So,
Exactly.
I'm
It
not
doesn't
gonna lie.
matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's entrepreneurship or motivational videos. He is literally everywhere, and kudos to him because he makes his presence known for every single young person, young adult, even like teenager in their lives. They know who Alex Hormozy is at this point.
What's his quote? Like, put so much volume out there that you can't fail.
Yes,
Right?
yes. Do so much volume that it is I don't even,
Unreasonably
unreasonable
for you to
that you
fail.
wouldn't succeed. Yes. No, he is a great one to have on. I think he's an absolute great one to have on. I know one that you talk about is the guy from the school Hard Knocks as
Oh
well.
yeah, I do want to talk to him because I know he's down in Arizona a lot and down in Scottsdale. So
Yes.
I would love to have a conversation with him. I think he found a winning formula on the internet, and honestly, I think he's just a cool guy because I think I want to get better at is interviewing people,
Yeah.
especially since one of my challenges for the 100 challenges is to interview and meet a bunch of entrepreneurs this year. I think the tech con is gonna be a great opportunity for that, but I want to be able to do that randomly in Scottsdale as well, where we kind of do similar to what he did, where I would just go up to random people who look rich as hell and interview them, mainly because like I think that type of content is so valuable, not only to yourself because you're meeting these people in like real time, but it's like to the audience as well because there's everyone you can learn something from everybody because everyone has a different way of making it. Everyone has a different way of living and philosophy. I think kind of picking everyone's brain who actually made something for themselves in this world, I think it's pretty.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like everyone has something, some tidbit, some golden nugget to give, and these guys are literally made out of golden nuggets. They're the people who have made it. There's always that one kind of mindset that that a lot of people preach is like you have to like you have to not idolize people in a sense, but you have to look towards people. You only want to take advice, or not only want to, but you want to take advice from the people who you want to become in life.
You know who I really want to talk to?
Who?
Someone who's based in Arizona, and we've talked about this guy multiple times. We actually went to one of his boot camps one time.
Semi win.
Semi-win, yes.
Semi win to his boot camp.
Andy Elliott.
Yes.
He is one of the probably the most famous people here in Arizona who lives here at least.
Yeah.
And he's probably one of the best like sales people I've seen or I've heard of. He just has a lot of conviction in how he talks.
Yeah.
I think he's more of a car salesman. I think that's what his
Yep,
focus
he
on,
is.
right?
He started off as a car salesman.
What does he do now?
He does a lot of coaching and whatnot. I don't think he
Okay.
does car sales anymore. He does mainly coaching. He has a lot of like programs out there. I don't know. I think he may have moved to high ticket sales. I'm not too sure in what specifically, but I think he moved to high ticket sales and coaching. So
I think
yeah.
the reason why he's such a good talk, especially in this period of our careers, is we're trying to get better at the sales approach.
Yeah.
I think that's our missing piece of the puzzle when it comes to entrepreneurship and being better at sales, being better at taking on rejection and everything like that. I think that's gonna be very important.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Quinn, you literally just cold called Larry a couple hours ago before
Yeah.
this podcast. How'd that go?
No, I mean, it didn't. I wouldn't say that it necessarily went great. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out a lot of the systems with everything, but I mean, I don't know. The one thing that I've been trying to work on, I know we talked about it last time, is being disciplined enough to. Even if I'm not, if it's not 100, even if it's not 100%, even not if it's not even 80%, I still want to get out there, learn it, because at the end of the day, that's how I'm gonna figure it out. Is putting myself in the situation that I will not lie, I'm still not comfortable when I get in front of those calls and when people answer the phones and whatnot, because most people just completely hang up. They won't even answer, so I just leave them voicemails. But even with the people that do call, it is something to where it's very tough.
What's the normal reaction they give you?
Oh, I mean, like a lot of them, I hop on the phone with them. They're like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "Hey, I'm a realtor," and then immediately hang up right away. Immediately hang up. Well, because I mean, the people that I'm prospecting are the group of people that are ending up on my call log, at least for now, that I'm trying to understand a little bit more, are people who get cold called all the time. So it is probably one of the most, like, talk about shark infested waters. That is shark infested waters to the max. Every single real estate agent gets these has access to these lists, and they could call them at blast however they want. So it's one thing to where it's like I'm slowly trying to figure it out, but I am kind of stepping into the deep end in a sense to where most if not all the people are not happy to hear from me.
Yeah.
So
Would you say, like, so we've explored multiple routes to generate leads, right? And I think lead generation is kind of the biggest thing in any industry, especially real estate.
Of course.
We're exploring. Our first exploration is open houses, and we actually got a client through that. I don't know. How's she doing?
Oh, she ended up getting pregnant. Well, not to put anyone on blast, but no, she ended up getting pregnant, and she was like, right now is not the right time. Fair and honestly smart decision. But yeah,
that's a good contact to follow up in a couple years that she's done getting pregnant.
Of course. How's your kid? How's the da-da-da? Yes, no, absolutely, I agree. But yeah, lead generation is something that we're trying to really figure out.
Open houses are a good way. And I think you've been continuously doing that.
Yeah,
I'm really proud of you for. Cold calling is a new exploration that we're going into. And it's the one where you can control how much you can do a day.
Yeah.
And the statistic online is about 100 cold calls for every one meeting, which is kind of.
That's actually fair. I think that's a fair number, if not like
especially once you get comfortable with the script and you get really
per
confident.
meeting. I think it's maybe even. Per meeting. I think if you're just scheduling a meeting, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair.
And
that's
they're
fair.
like 5 meetings for every one close.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Five meetings for every one. I would say even like 1 for every 100 is like a meeting, and then 5 for every 1 is like a lead.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's like lead to close is usually around like even less than that.
Well, calling is a good way. And then one way I think we've neglected to kind of like pursue as well, but I don't know, it's just like we just have to work into our schedule and kind of plan these ones out more, is the networking events. The ones where a bunch of entrepreneurs and businesses show up. I think that's one of the best ways to network.
Yeah.
I talked with I guess one of my friends whose aunt is in the real estate industry, and she pretty much grinded for 6 months and going to random networking events. And literally what she would do is I don't know if this is sauce or not, but literally what she would do is kind of like, if there's a tabling going on, she would just bring a table and just table her stuff there without permission. Ask for permission later, right? And then people just come up to her. Oh yeah, I'm a realtor. These are the kind of the biggest houses going on here. If you're interested in buying houses, let me know.
Absolutely.
And she got so much connections through that, and that's how she kind of started building her initial clientele.
Yeah.
I think I heard she's doing pretty well.
Yeah, no.
He actually follows Quant. So that's pretty cool.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. No, yeah. I think that's a great source of leads. And honestly, that is something for any, not even just real estate. It's any business, any kind of like, it doesn't matter if you're doing sales, real estate, if you have your own business, if you are even like a brick and mortar, like if you're even a brick and mortar like establishment, you need to find a way to garner the right quote unquote leads, but more importantly, attention towards your business. That's ultimately what these leads are. It's like it's attention that could lead to a sale. It's these people who you talk to having these interactions that could lead to a sale. And I feel like that's one of the most important aspects about entrepreneurship and starting your business in general. And it's one of the hardest things, to where it's like I kind of realized that I was like, oh my gosh, this is a very helpful skill. Like sometimes I get so hyper focused on like, oh, real estate, how is this helping real estate, to where I don't realize that, yeah, like this is a issue every single entrepreneur has in the world. Finding the leads, finding the people, finding your target audience who actually is going to want your products and want your service, want your anything.
Universal problem, my brother.
So yeah, I feel like it's something that a lot of you can relate to in a way.
You can lead generate in real estate, you can lead generate in your business. Well, like any business, which is like, it's a universal skill that you can apply anywhere.
Yeah.
And you know what? Let's play a little game.
Yeah.
Why don't you cold call me?
Oh my gosh.
And I'm gonna pretend to be expired listing client.
Oh no.
And then the audience can judge how you do.
Oh god, this is about to be a fucking abysmal. Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I guess I'm game to play this.
Let's do it.
I'm
Do you have
game
your
for
script
it.
down?
I wouldn't say like too as good as a point I would like, but
Yeah. We'll see
I could try and replay. I could
Okay.
try and do this. I don't mind.
Okay, this is gonna be fun. All right.
Oh my
Bring me.
gosh. Okay, so it would be like,
Hey, who's this?
oh no, yeah. Okay, ring. Hey, who's this? Hey Antonio.
Yeah.
Hi Antonio, I'm Quinn. I'm gonna be upfront with you. I'm a real estate. Oh man, this is a little nerve wracking. I'm sorry. Okay.
Really?
No, seriously.
Don't call me again.
Okay.
Take me off the phone.
We can try. Okay. Yeah. Let's try this one more time. Okay.
Right.
So ring.
Who's this?
Hey Antonio.
Yeah, this is Antonio.
Antonio, this is Quinn. Look, I'll be totally upfront with you. I'm a real estate agent. And I know that's probably not what you wanted to hear, but I was hoping that you would let me tell you why I called in the first place, and then you could determine if you want to stay on the call or not. Is that fair?
I guess.
Absolutely. I'll take it. Perfect. So first question. I saw a property out on 39. Oh, that's gonna DOS us. I'm sorry, I was about to say
Take my phone off your number. Take my number off your phone.
No. Okay. Not trying to DOS us. That would be horrible. I would just leak the address.
Oh, good thing we live here for like a couple more months.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, perfect. Okay, let me start that over. Okay, so I saw a property at 123 Main Street. By chance, would you happen to be the property owner?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. So I just saw that it had came off market a little while ago, and I don't want to make any assumptions about what had possibly happened, but I was just really curious from my perspective. Is there any particular reason that you decide to take it off market?
You know what? It was just I couldn't sell it. That's kind of why I took it off market. So I kind of just gave up. My real estate agent wasn't cutting it.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw that it was on the market for a little bit, but your property is actually perfectly in in the market that I do business in. That's why I decided to reach out to you, because I like to keep my nose down to the market. But I just wanted to ask as well, like, were you getting any traction on when it was on the market? Were you getting any traction, or was it something to where nobody wanted to even touch your property with a 10-foot pole?
We were getting a little traction, but nothing really happened. We had people walk through the open house, but no deals were being made.
No deals. Yeah, honestly, pricing is one of the biggest things in the market that keeps houses from completely selling. Like, you can get traction, but that is one of the hardest things to determine as an agent. But yeah, I mean, has this kind of changed your timeline? Like, are you still interested in getting your house sold, or is it something to where since taking it off, you don't want to deal with it?
I do still want to get it sold. I'm planning to move soon, so I don't know. Hopefully, we get this sold.
Yeah, is that move gonna happen in the next like month, 2 months, or like next year?
Probably in the next year.
Next year? Okay, yeah, no, absolutely. I can imagine this puts a lot of pressure. You already had the mindset that you're gonna move out. You want to get this house sold, get everything in line. So honestly, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I do want to offer. Whew. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I do. But it is something to where I want to show you. I don't want to show you the same thing that your prior real estate that you've already seen. I want to show you something completely different. If Would it make sense for you to spend 15 minutes if you could get complete clarity on what happened in the past and potentially the next steps that you can moving forward? No strings attached, but just have a meeting with me and we could talk through it a little bit.
Oh no, my last agent was pretty good, but he wasn't able to sell the house.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, like personally, I like to offer myself as a resource. And it would only take me like about 10 to 15 minutes, have a sit down conversation just so you could understand the place where your house sits on the market. And we could be in and out, don't have to worry about it. And then you could let me know if it'll make sense for you in the future. Sound fair?
Um, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, realistically, wow, what day what time during the weekdays that work best for you? Are you more of an afternoon guy or a morning guy?
More like morning.
Morning? Absolutely. So how about we schedule something? Does Wednesday at around 9 o'clock work for you usually in the mornings?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, absolutely. Well, I'll send you a calendar, Google Calendar invite, as well as I'll send you a text notification. I'll send you a text to kind of confirm the appointment. But I just really want to get to talk to you and help you to understand what happened, or understand where you can go moving forward. Damn it, bro! The close was ass. The close was so
Yeah.
ass. But yeah, the close is very, very ass. That's something that my mind has not wrapped around yet.
The closing.
Yes, because I don't usually get that far. I will say.
Oh yeah. I
will
would say. I mean, I've cold called before. Just a little context, and
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the greatest cold caller, but I
Yeah.
did close a couple people, so I
Mhm.
kind of have a little experience on how it kind of goes. Usually, when you set up the meeting,
Mhm.
you kind of just like, sounds good. I have you on my calendar. You just kind of thank for the time. I really appreciate it. We'll see you then. You keep it simple.
Yeah.
You don't go too far.
Damn. Yeah. No. That whole last part, I was just like, fuck.
Yeah,
But
just like oh yeah, I think I would say the number one thing is try to get their email in time, because it's like, oh, let me send you a calendar.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it makes it sound more official, right? And it will
course.
include information of all my email,
Yeah.
information, my business number, and everything like that. Everything you need to do more research on me,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I would just keep it simple. After you get the email, I'll send that over. You have a great day. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you then. Okay.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Nah, yeah, it's something to where I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I overthink in my head, especially when cold calling, because making these scripts from somebody who has never done sales in his life,
Yeah.
I second guess every part. And there's a lot of the script where I'm just like, man, I don't even know. This doesn't even sound right to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Well,
something that I'm constantly working on.
maybe try to like find the one that you can say the easiest, right? Because I mean, you did that off the dome, which was really good and cool, right?
Yeah, appreciate that.
Sir, that was really good off the dome. I think the biggest thing for me, if I was the person on the opposite side, I feel like, I think you were saying a lot of long-winded answers,
Yeah.
long-winded questions. Like, if I was a person that was in a rush or didn't feel like wanting to be on the call, I would be kind of like, I could have just like, I've been just bored and probably turned off.
Yeah.
I think you have to push me to answer more questions. So
Yeah.
the more, I think one thing I learned from my previous boss when I cold call is like, you want the person on the phone to talk more than you. Ultimately. That's the
yeah.
goal. If you can achieve that, you pretty much got them hooked.
Yeah.
You pretty
No,
much got them
absolutely.
hooked at that point, right?
Yeah, I
Then it's gonna be
agree.
easy to move them forward because they're basically answering for you.
Yeah.
You know. And then you kind of like do the punchy lines where like, would you be open to setting up a meeting so I can discuss discuss how we can properly sell your property, or,
Yep.
stuff like that.
No, absolutely. Yeah. I agree. No, there's a lot that I need to iron out with the cold calling and whatnot. But yeah, and, it's something to where, hey, if any of y'all have suggestions or
There we go.
have a lot of experience, I would absolutely love some feedback and love some help.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's something that is definitely taking a lot of work, and I still need to do a lot of work in. But
And then the worry's not even on you because it's like this just a script like that we would be generating online and stuff.
yeah,
I would say another thing I've just noticed, like the hook part kind of catches me off guard all the time every time you say it, because it's so awkward to me. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
when you apologize that you're a realtor,
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry, I'm a realtor, I'm calling. I don't know. I just find that a little weird. If I was
No.
FSBO, I don't know. Like, what do you
Yeah.
think? What do you think about
It
that?
just depends, because that's the thing. It's like the omission that, like, hey, I'm a realtor. Like, I know you're already getting calls from thousands of us,
Yeah,
but I just like that's the thing. I don't like the omission. I do like the omission thing, but I don't like the automatic like concession. Like, hey, like, I know I'm a realtor and you don't want to hear from me, but I also do know that they have gotten thousands of people who have been hitting up their line. That's
that's
why I
true.
kind of like to put it
That's
in,
true.
but that I can't sound like a traditional cold call in that kind of sense, or else it's immediate, just immediately putting up the thing. So
Have
I
you
don't know.
tried like FSBOs yet?
Not yet. I've been
Mm.
only working on expireds right now. FSBOs is something I want to get into, but
People
it's
say, because I've been watching a lot of TikTok reels for some reason. They know exactly what we be talking about in person, so I've been getting
yeah,
a lot of recommendations on it.
yeah.
FSBOs are like some of the best conversions,
Ooh.
but it will not seem that way at first because what happens that initially they'll be rude to you because
Yeah,
they believe that they can do it on their own and they
yeah,
don't need a realtor. Ultimately, with those FSBOs, you want to just keep following up with them. That's the
yeah,
main part, and
yeah,
then usually you'll get to a point where you kind of understand their situation. Because I think the biggest
yeah,
thing when it comes to like not just real estate but sales, like you just kind of have to understand your clients
yeah,
and the people you're talking to, right? And just understanding their situation. And
yeah,
most FSBOs just want a specific target net profit.
yeah. No,
If you can
100%.
if you can convince them that you are good enough for the job to be able to get that price target for them,
Yeah.
then they'll probably hire you.
Yeah, because realistically, objections at the end of the day. Well, this is one thing. When you talked about what's it called? When you talked about like your wish list of guests, one of my favorite people that I love to watch in terms of sales is, I don't know if you know who Jeremy Miner is. One of the that he is one of the like, for salespeople, it doesn't matter what industry, he's one of the most quoted people. Of course, there's people like Jordan Belfort out there and like whatnot, but he is one of the people that I personally have kind of learn and try to understand on that level, because everyone, when I was getting into the industry, one of our good friends in the 100 Max, he was kind of helping me out with trying to understand like sales language and understanding that side of the business. He was like, this is one person where a lot of people just starting out usually try to reference, and I think he's somebody that you should look into. From there, I loved it, because he said this one, he says like, objections are just smoke screens for pain points. Like, realistically, the objections are not necessarily these like hard yeses or nos to like that is going to make or break their business or you gaining their business. They're just smoke screens to cover up where the actual pain points are and what they're actually looking for,
Mm.
because everyone has gotten burned left, right, and center. That's why you're doing the things that you're doing. That's why you're probably selling your house on your own. That's why your listing came off the market and you don't want to talk. It's like these objections, these people who have these harsh opinions or will swear in your face, they're all just smoke screens
Yeah,
to the real reason why they don't want to talk to you. So it's something
true.
about being able to like maneuver your way through it that it's not easy, because I would say I'm a great talker, but that's hard. That side of things, it takes a lot of getting used to.
Yeah. No, I that's actually a really good perspective to look at that. I never
Mhm.
really thought about it that way.
Yeah.
Really cool. What do you think is
Yeah.
the biggest thing you can take from him that you can start applying right now?
Oh, yeah, that is one of the biggest things that you just said, is his whole sales not really tactic, but his whole sales strategy is around these like NEPQ questions, or these questions that are purely designed to make people talk.
Yeah.
Like he bases his script around asking questions and making people answer, I guess, in a sense, like
Mhm.
overcome their own objections in a
Yeah.
sense
Because
to
they'll
where
what's funny is like one time like when I was cold calling, I was just trying to get this guy to talk and
yeah.
just asking a bunch of questions. Eventually, he'll just convince himself to accept your product.
Exactly. No,
That's what
seriously.
happens.
Yeah.
Of course, you can always strategize what question you're gonna answer so you can get the best outcome from it.
Yeah.
But once you kind of craft that, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think like I'm not gonna Quinn. You have everything it takes to be a really good cold caller. You just need to the script needs to get better.
Yeah.
I think
No,
that's the only thing.
absolutely.
And once you kind of confirm the script, it's pretty.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And that's what we're working on right now. I'm working a lot into that because I know there's a lot of cold calling and a lot of sales in general in my future.
Yeah.
So,
Because I think what's going to happen is that once you have a script that you're confident in, you can say it with a little bit more confidence
oh,
without overthinking about
100%.
it. Because like you're just like, oh, I get rejected. I know this one. You
Yes,
know.
exactly. And I think that's the one issue that I face with a lot of just real estate in general is making sure that I'm up to par on everything that I'm doing. It's like self-made is nice sometimes, but it is very there's a lot of like figuring out that needs to be done in the
If you ever
meantime.
think about like kind of copying someone's script
Oh,
online,
that's the thing. People like to gatekeep. I love
yeah.
looking for scripts.
Does your
But
team have any?
my and the people in my team, I've not seen one. I have not seen a single person who does cold calling. They're a little bit on the older side, I will say.
Oh,
So so it is very tough to see. But yeah, I've not run it. I've not found too many sales scripts that are out there, like even from people that I watch all the time. It's a very tough thing to find. People information is a very big commodity these days. So
it is.
people like to lock them behind paywalls.
All right. So I had you do it. I'm gonna get a hand through it too. I'm gonna try
Yes.
what I can do off the dome
Off the dome.
and see what happens. Because one thing I want to do is also get better at cold calling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for real estate, for my business and everything like that. And
Yeah.
so I think this is a good start to see how Quinn thinks about it, what I can improve.
Like, is
Let's
this a
see.
real estate cold call, or are we
Yeah,
talking about like
we'll talk
a?
about real estate cold call for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I was like, what kind of cold call are we talking about?
All right. So you're gonna be an expired listing. We're gonna
Perfect.
see how it goes, right? Let me put it
Yeah.
in the mindset of. So,
Yes. Okay. Whenever you're ready, ring me in.
ring, ring, ring. Hello? Do you hear me all right?
Hi. Hey.
Yeah. Do you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I hear you.
Perfect. Well, hey, my name's Antonio. I'm from X Realty, part of the team. From what's your team?
I don't even
Oh,
remember
okay.
my team name. Well, I mean, we're part of Real
Realty.
Broker. Real Broker.
Oh, okay. Hey, my name's Antonio. I'm from Real Broker. I'm a real estate agent. And I'm curious. I would like to inquire about your house. I saw it just went off the market. Is it still available?
Yeah, it's still available.
It's still available. Amazing. Well, why did you take it off the market in the first place?
Honestly, it just some issues came up that I just want to spend some time rehabbing the house.
Rehabbing the house. What was your experience when you first was selling in the first place? What kind of got you to take it onto the expired listing?
It's just something to where I didn't feel I didn't feel confident, and I just right now just didn't seem like the right time.
Yeah, were you working with another real estate agent or were you kind of doing on your own?
I was working with an agent. Yeah, I was working with an agent for a bit.
Yeah. What do you think so you think the real estate agent just didn't do a good job on your house?
Not necessarily that. I don't think he did a bad job. I just don't feel like I feel like I want to wait. The market is weird right now.
Market's weird. Yeah. So is there like a specific price or are you planning to get on the house? Because I specialize in your neighborhood actually, so I kind of know a really good price range for most houses down there. What's the price range you're looking for? You would say to sell it
I
if we
mean,
had an offer.
realistically, we that's why I took it off market because I felt like I could get a better price, and it's we got people coming in, but there just wasn't much. But do you have a buyer by chance?
Yeah, well, speaking about that, when you had people coming into your open house, were people giving offers? Was there a good demand on your house?
There was people came in, but nothing that I wanted.
Nothing that you want, so people were giving you offers.
Uh, yes and no.
Oh, yes and no. Well, that is actually a good thing because that means there is demand for your house, and that's something we can work with. What is the price range you're looking for when it comes to 123 Main Street?
Realistically, there's nothing really personally that we were looking for. There was a number, but it's something to where it wasn't worth keeping it on the market for us with all the realtor fees.
Mhm.
That we just want to take it off for now and put work into it.
So the cost is kind of like the biggest thing you guys are worried about.
It was the cost and what we could potentially gain from it.
Oh yeah. And what's the goal? Are you guys planning to move? Or are you guys trying to just sell this, to get a profit out of?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to we're probably moving out of state pretty soon,
Okay.
so it's
So I'm guessing
yeah.
you need some money to for your next home, correct?
Yeah, and we just have a job out in another state that we're moving towards.
Gotcha. Where are you moving?
We're moving to Texas.
Texas. Okay.
Yes.
Hey, I love it down in Texas. It's always everything's bigger in Texas. You can get a really nice house down there. But I think the ultimate goal, do you have a family and everything, right? You're looking
Um,
for like, at least a 4 bedroom house down there.
yeah, I have a family, but so do you have a buyer or?
Oh yeah. So basically, what I can do for you is that I have when it comes to the real estate team I have, we have a long list of buyers that are actively looking for properties, and I connect them some to all my listings or all the listings within the team. That's kind of like the what I kind of do for all the houses under my branch. And one thing I really want to do with this property, I've been taking a look about it. I've been taking a look on it for a while. I think it has a lot of potential. I think we can hit the target price zone that you're looking for, so you have enough money when you move down to Texas to buy your property, buy that house down there, take care of your family. I think that's the ultimate goal. So, would that be something you're interested in looking at or meeting about?
Meeting. I mean,
Yeah, just trying to see if we can get a really good price down for you for the house and trying
for
to,
the house. I mean, I feel like my realtor did a decent job.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
we already have a realtor in mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys have a realtor in mind, but why did you guys take it
Yeah.
off on the expired list
It's
from the
just
realtor?
because we wanted to put some work. We want to put some work
Mhm.
and put some work before we put it back on the market. So, yeah, we have a realtor in mind, but we want to put in some work before we put it back onto the market, if anything.
Gotcha. Yeah. And then you said your realtor did a good job last time?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, the house didn't get sold, but I feel like the realtor
Yeah.
did a good job, did everything he could.
Well, you know what, sir? There is a reason why your house has not been sold yet, right? And when it comes to the team I'm working with, we have sold over $200 million since until this date, right? It's actually absolutely amazing. The team we're working with, Realty. I think one thing we could do. I know you're planning to rehab your house. I can come down there, take a look at it, and see if I can provide some value into you, where I can price it down, see what the house is looking for, the price range, and what I think the best value for your house is to be back on the market. And I can do this totally for free. I honestly just want to help people, families out there who are wanting to sell their house, who are moving, to get kind of like the best amount of information and tools they have in real estate in order to succeed. That's the ultimate goal. Is that something you would be open to?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing. Are you more available in the morning or afternoon?
I would say it depends. I work, so it really just depends on what day.
Oh yeah, no worries. How about this? Let's do how about let's do tomorrow in the morning? How about that? Like right pretty much at this time right now. I know you're free because you're on this call with me, right? So does this time work tomorrow?
Yeah.
Amazing. All right. Well, can I get an email real quick so I can put it on my calendar?
Yeah. Let me send that over.
Perfect. Thank you. I got the email down, and you're going to be getting an email from me shortly. It's going to include all my contact information, my website, and all the information about me, so you can just do more research of who you're about to talk to or who's going to come to your house, of course. But I really appreciate your time, sir. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
Awesome. What do you
Yeah.
think?
I mean, I think that it is. I think that's really good. I
Mhm.
feel like it's one thing to where you try to establish where they were actually coming from, what the actual issue is with the house that they're having.
Mhm.
It is tough because I will say the amount of time that you actually get on these calls, usually
Yeah.
they're in and out in like 3 minutes. Anything past like a couple minutes,
Yeah.
they're probably gone. But I mean, it's something to where it takes some time to kind of get through what is the actual pain point for a lot of these people, and understanding that, and in an efficient
Mhm.
manner to where it's like conceptually finding the pain point is what you need to be doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where the script comes in really nicely, is when you could kind of like not force feed that process, but
Yeah.
be able to get it down to where you don't need to go through like 3 or 4 different barriers. You can
Mhm.
kind of streamline it into one. Because I think that you did a great job in getting to the point of
Like the pain point, like
yeah,
what he
the
was
pain
looking
point.
for. No, I think that you did a really good job at doing the objections If
Yeah.
those are like, very realistic objections that you can go through when it comes to
Uh-huh.
cold calling or any real estate thing.
Mhm.
I'll say ultimately, if they one philosophy I had when I did cold call, which I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, like I think you have a better time cold calling than me. I think you have much more potential than compared to me because you were able to do it just by yourself,
Yeah.
and that takes a lot of balls. I had to be under like a roof to do it. I had to be forced to do it basically
No,
by my
hundred
internship,
percent, 100%.
and that's kind of like that's the only reason I did it, and I won't even do it otherwise. So
Yeah.
you already had that courage down. I think you just need to get the script down and kind of get the I guess the mindset of it down. And my mindset when it comes to cold calling, if I can transfer it down to you, is that if they don't want to be on that call in the first place, and if they don't want to talk to you, then
Yeah.
you're never gonna get that sale anyway. So
Yeah.
like the ultimate thing I realized that if they hang up first, it kind of like saved me time,
Yeah.
right?
No,
Or if
100%.
they like in the middle of my conversation, like I don't want to talk anymore, and they're like, okay, no worries, have a great day. I'm not gonna continue that.
Of course.
I kind of just continue the ones that are easiest to be honest, like the
Yeah.
easiest conversation. Those are the whole calls I continue, and
Yeah.
then usually if they're answering questions, you shouldn't even worry about how long it takes.
Mhm.
Because sometimes like you can keep them on the phone for a while if you
Yeah. As long as you
if
can
they
keep
want to
them on
be
the
there,
phone.
right?
Yeah, of course.
And if they want to be there, you're gonna close them, and that's the only way you can close them if they want to be there.
Of
If they don't want
course.
to be there, you're never gonna close them.
Yeah, no, I think that's one of the big things is keeping them on the phone for the next. It's almost like funny enough. I put into the perspective of a short. It's like the videos that we make, short form content. It's keeping them on for the next 3 seconds. You got to be able to ask the questions and keep them on for the next 3 seconds because the second they jump off, they jump off for good. So it's like, what? How can we streamline it to keep them on the phone? Keep them on the phone. But
I'd say
yeah,
it's easier when it comes to cold calling because the way to keep them on the phone when it comes to cold calling is literally just ask them questions about themselves.
yeah,
I think the number one psychology people have is like they love talking about themselves.
yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
so I think that's something we could try to improve about the script for real
Yeah,
estate. Try to get them to talk more, and
yeah,
eventually you'll get them to talk where they just like slowly kind of just like, okay, I'm already this deep, might as well,
yeah.
you know.
And yeah, and it's definitely one of the things that I realized off of one of my cold calls because somebody cussed me out. They're like, "Get to the point, get to the point." I was like, "Ah, shit."
They say get to the point.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, funny enough, ended up realizing I was talking to a realtor. So
Oh, really?
so yeah, he was like, he was giving me shit. He was like, "Listen, oh, I like get to your like I know your script. Like get to the point. Like what's your point? What do you want? Do you have a buyer? Da 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 da." I was like, "Oh yeah," and I'd like try to like move through the like I was trying to still statically move to the script, but yeah, getting to the point is a very important, not necessarily part of it, but is like something that I realized is it has to lead to like the questions that I
Yeah.
have to eventually lead to that point a little bit more clearly, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
would say I would say the biggest thing for the script you have right now is that I think it is too wordy for some
yeah,
parts of it. Like you said, keeping people on retention wise is so difficult when you're the one talking.
yeah,
It's rather like if they talk, they're keeping themselves on the phone. You know?
yeah,
So like if you kind of focus your, you probably like ChatGPT this, but like focus on more of a question type
yeah.
of cold calling script, I think that would be better.
No,
In my opinion, let
absolutely.
me try that out. We're all about
Yeah,
trying things out and seeing what works.
of course.
And like I like to preference this. I'm not a salesman. I'm not a cold caller. I've done it one semester. And I think we're just trying to try as much things as possible to see what works and what doesn't.
Yeah,
That's the ultimate. And Quinn's already doing a really good job in general. He's dialing the phones. He's getting shit done. That's the most important part. That's more
no,
important part. That's more important than any script out there. I promise you that. Does not
yeah.
matter. So
No, 100%. I appreciate that. But yeah, no, it's something that is definitely a skill set that I want to get down because the scripts, I can't expect it to be good in 2 weeks worth of doing it. Like, I can't expect my, like, to be super successful right off the bat, especially in a field like sales or like cold calling in specific. It's like it's very very hard to expect like immediate results from it in a very shark infested waters with a script that I don't even know works. It's like it'll take time, and that's kind of the mindset I've adopted. But time is only like meaningful if I actually put in the work behind it, instead of like jagging off or doing some bullshit. Like I got to be able to actually like I need to be out there doing the work, getting the reps in, because that's the only way I'm gonna learn.
yeah. And the ultimate thing is trying to get the reps in with the right script as well. you
Yeah.
can practice the right one. I think that's why I'm trying to find my old one. So I can
Yeah.
just give it to you. I'm like,
Yeah.
as we talk about cold call, I'm slowly kind of unraveling parts and bits of it.
Yeah.
Or of course we can just test one from. And
Yeah.
I think we know a bunch of pretty good cold callers.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely. I still have the script for Max. Funny enough,
Yeah,
I have his
but
script that he uses.
hey, I think that's good.
Yeah.
I think we're reaching our time limit here, but I think that was a great conversation about like your journey in real estate and where we're
Yeah.
at right now.
Yep. No,
I'm excited
absolutely.
for it. What is your goal in 1 year with all of this?
The
Real
goal
estate?
in 1 year for real estate. I mean, it is something to where I will say up until this point, they're not like in terms of actual results, there aren't. There aren't much results. And it's something to where I always not fantasize, but like I kind of realize that these things take time, but once that threshold is kind of passed, there's no going back. Once I figure out the systems and I keep working my ass off until I figure out these systems, we're good. So in a year, I'm positive that I could figure it out. I could figure out the systems to where I'll be firing on all cylinders, and hopefully I get real estate, like the actual like numbers itself aren't necessarily important to me, but it's more so the idea of like being able to figure it out and having the system down more than anything, because the numbers will come if the system is right. So I think in a year I will have those systems down. I will still be cold calling. I will still be like doing all of that thing, and I will be well on my way to getting my goal, my first milestone of being able to sell at least a house a month, if not more.
But give us a number.
Give us a number.
Have some fun. Give the audience a number that you have to outreach in 1 year.
Outreach, like people that I need to outreach, or a number of like transactions. Oh man, in a month or in a year.
Yeah.
I think wait, I mean, hopefully by next year, if I could do it, if I could get like at by next year, if I could get around 20 transactions in a year, I would be at a pretty good spot.
What do you think will take for you to do?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, one, it's being able to cold call efficiently, not efficiently necessarily, but cold call effectively, I guess, in the sense that I need to be able to, one, stay disciplined enough to keep doing cold calling, because it's only gonna get harder from here. But it's like it's close, staying on the cold calling and figuring out the systems, because there's so many avenues of cold calling that I've not even explored yet and that I'm wanting to explore. But it's cold calling still 3 to 4 times a week, having those days blocked off where I get around like I get my hours in every single day, every single week. It's still doing open houses, it's utilizing the listings, and I think one of the biggest things is just having conversations, real estate conversations, having if I could have 10 conversations a week or 10 conversations a day for real estate conversations, then I will be well on my way to getting to that point.
Are you down to go to TechCon then?
Oh yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're gonna have 100 conversations in one day.
Yes, but they will not be about real estate probably, but that's fine. I'm more than happy.
I mean, brother, once you get your California license, that's
California
that's
license.
a whole that you could definitely dive into.
Yeah, California.
All the big tech people we know, the network we're growing in,
Yeah,
mostly based in either like Texas or California.
yeah,
That's the majority of it. And actually, one person I do want to start outreach to is Devin. Devin
yeah.
knows a lot of real estate people, and he films a lot of houses.
Yeah.
He goes to a lot of networking events.
Yeah,
He goes to a lot of networking events as well, so maybe some of them we can come with him for.
yeah. I don't mind. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
But yeah, where do you? Oh, before you end it, where do you see yourself in a year with everything going on?
I think the ultimate thing I want to, the most important thing right now that I've been thinking about when it comes to building Spark Agent, the biggest update real quick is that I'm actually like, Spark Agent's been going through so many stages, and I've just kind of revamped literally everything of it. We have the foundations. I realize we have the foundation of a very solid product, but it's not focused enough, right?
Yeah.
And it's there, but you have to kind of dagger it, and that's the ultimate. That's how you create a high quality SaaS project.
Yeah.
Or a product or platform that people would actually use. And so that's my goal for this week. And then after that, I think the most important thing I have to do is figure out team for that. I need to recruit the right team. I think that's why I really want to start going to more networking events. Like 2 birds, 1
Yeah.
stone.
No,
You get to
absolutely.
network and everything, but I need to also create the right team for Spark
Yeah.
because you can't build a business by yourself. I couldn't have built Quant by myself, without Quinn. I can't build Spark by myself. I realized that a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I need to surround myself with the right engineers and programmers and supply chain people to kind of get it to where I need it to be.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
No, absolutely. No, yeah. The team is a very, very important part of it. Because, yeah, it's a lot of work, I will say.
Hopefully, I actually get the team that's actually my month goal. Hopefully, I get the team by the end of the month.
Yeah.
And kind of figure out who I want to be part of like the Spark journey. And then, of course, this year I have the 100 challenge. So that's the overarching goal.
There we go. There we go. Hell yeah. Well, that's very exciting. I will say there's a lot of things that need to be done in a year.
A lot of exciting things. Now we're gonna end it off here. Give the audience one quote to end it off. We're gonna do this kind of like in every episode.
Oh my God, we're
Send them off.
trying to really find these quotes.
We got all the quotes in the world.
All the quotes in the world. It doesn't have to be from somebody, right? We're just trying to develop our own quotes.
Yeah, make your own quote. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, make up your own quote. What is yeah, I don't know.
First thing that comes to your brain, and then
So there's not much. I won't say there's not much that I'm really thinking about. I guess this has been an overarching theme recently. I guess in life, this is just a life quote. There's nothing like really much else. This isn't business centered whatsoever, so don't expect anything like that. But I guess it's this idea that everyone will play. There's people that you'll meet in your life. People will come in and out of your life. Or let me restart that real quick. Hold up. But there's people in your life. They'll come in and they'll come out, but everyone holds a certain place in your life. Some people you'll outgrow. Some people will stay for the long haul. But ultimately, understanding and appreciating them for what the part that they play in the person that you become is one of the most important players of the person that you are. I guess.
Deep.
Sorry.
That
could have been worded differently, but it's kind of put on the spot, bro.
No, that was good. All right, I'll catch you guys. Thank
What
you.
the fuck? You're not gonna do a fucking
No, one quote, bro.
Oh hell no, this is bullshit.